Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong. Welcome to the back office. This is kind of a Patreon special because I'm waiting for a delivery. I've got a little CCTV camera thing up there so I can see the guy banging on the door. I wanted to do some stuff. You might hear in the background the computer's churning away. Busy day. However, I've got these few minutes of kind of forced downtime. So I thought what I'd do is print out a list of questions, and these are a random list of questions that somebody's answered on the internet, and their questions look really good. Because I forgot to ask on Patreon if anyone had any questions for me. So I thought we'll use someone else's questions and we'll go through them. Number 1. Have you ever been to a beach? Yes, I have definitely been to a beach. That's sort of a random question. I guess if you live inland somewhere, maybe you don't have access to beaches. We're in Oxford here, which is pretty much the most one of those places in the UK which is the furthest away you can get from any sea, and even then I was at a beach maybe a week ago. Love or like? Question mark. Love or like? It's a bit of a crap question, isn't it? I'm trying to think, what do I love? I do love a good coffee, and I do like to watch reruns of Firefly. So, love, I don't know. Do you personally know any bums? No, I don't know any bums. By bums, I think you mean sort of vagrants and tramps and things like that. I'm pretty sure I don't know any, and if I do know some, inadvertently, they're obviously very well dressed for a bum. I think a bum, though, it's not really a homeless. They probably are homeless people, but not all homeless people are bums, I guess. A bum implies that it's just somebody who doesn't want to do anything. 4. What would you never change about the past? What would you never change about the past? By the way, it's got their answers on there too, and their one says everything. Well, maybe not everything, but certain things that happened to me that shouldn't have. It's a really tricky thing to change the past, because if you change any aspect of the past, your current situation, your current life would be totally altered, not necessarily in the way you want. So let's just say you've got you had some really hard struggles growing up, but now you're happily married, you've got a wife and a few kids and things like that. If you change one aspect of the past, that means you'll never meet your wife and you'll never have those kids. You're effectively killing them. Well, they'll have never existed, but yeah, killing them. Don't change anything in the past, probably, unless it was really screwed up and you're still continuing to be screwed up. So yeah, I wouldn't change anything in the past. Because I feel you've grown and learned and become wise as a person. Have you ever been racist? I don't know, really. I think we're probably all a little bit racist, aren't we? I think it's very easy for humans to sort of generalise behaviours based on race or religion or just different groups of people, really. We're a tribal species. So I think there's inert racism, but overtly racist? No. Do I know black people? Of course. Would I be racist to them? No. I think the human mind is probably trying to segregate people all the time based on all sorts of things: intelligence, wealth, what car you drive, what thing. So yeah, I think we are all racist, but we're also, whatever the other things are, we're also sexist and carist and N64 versus Xboxist. So yeah, I guess I am saying I probably have been racist, but I pretty much don't want to be a racist, and I don't think I am now. Not overtly, not aggressively. Who do you want to? Well, I suppose I'd just like to touch another point on that. I mean, what's the difference between a racist and a xenophobe? I think a xenophobe is more about protecting your country or your area as well. So yeah, it's all, humans are screwed up people. Who do you want to meet? And this, the answer of this person was Christopher Drew, whoever the hell Christopher Drew is. I don't want to meet Christopher Drew, but if I could meet somebody and have a proper chinwag, it'd probably be really someone random. It'd probably be like an actor or a musician or someone who's got lots of interesting stories. I'd probably like to meet like someone like, I don't know, Gary Oldman or God, I can't really. Or Kevin Smith, you know, Mallrats Kevin Smith, or somebody. He'd probably be quite interesting because he'd probably be into a few similar things. But yeah, I don't really have a real urge to meet anyone. Do you? I mean, if you've got any people that you'd like to meet, put in the comments down below and why. It'd be interesting. I mean, I feel I don't have anyone right now, but that's weird, isn't it? It doesn't sound weird. It's just maybe I, off the cuff, can't think of anybody. What sports do you play? I don't play any sports. I do a lot of boot camp, though. I try to go 3 times a week minimum boot camp. I say minimum, yeah. I struggle to do 3 times a week. I only do 3 times a week. And if I can, I like to go running at least once a week. I used to do a lot of running last year, several hundred miles. This year I haven't done anything, and I'm kind of just... I can feel the running fitness slightly deteriorated, but I'm kind of hanging in there. But I kind of feel if I let this slide too much, I'll be no good. You know, I've done a few events this year, and Tough Mudder smashed, but 10k slightly slower than a PB by about a minute. So, got to be careful. No sports though. Have you ever been on the radio? Nope. Unless you count one of those FM transmitter crap radio things. I've done that. Digged or dug? Digged or dug? Now I don't know if this is a sexual thing. Digged or dug? No, I don't think it is a sexual thing. I hope not. Digged or dugged? Or dug? Doug. That's the only answer I've got for that, Doug. Do you like celebrities? Well, of course, I do actually. I don't follow the celebrities. I don't read Hello Magazine and all of those things. However, I do watch a lot of movies. I do like movies, and I don't listen to massive amounts of music, but I kind of do. I kind of best describes one of these people who's a little bit obsessive. So if I hear a piece of music I like, let's say I'm listening to something and I go, oh, what's that? Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, all right, Florence and the Machine. Okay, Florence and the Machine. So now I go on Wikipedia and I'll type in Florence and the Machine, and I'm going to research everything, cause where she started, how long she's been doing it, what's her style, what's her thing, and I go, yeah, okay, now I'm into Florence and the Machine. I'll listen to that for a while. And same Black Eyed Peas. People know at the minute I'm really into Black Eyed Peas. For that, Kanye West. And it's really eclectic. It's just totally eclectic, but I do like to research. So I'll listen to something and then I'll research that artist. So in terms of the question of celebrities, do I like celebrities? Yeah, I like celebrities because it gives me things to talk about. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and things like that. I can get into that. That's fine. Do you like the band The Shins? The Shins. No, never heard of them. So I can't. Ergo, I cannot like them. But then also I don't dislike them. So I'm ambivalent. Totally ambivalent to the Shins. What does the world need less of? They answered here, greed. Greed. My answer to that, the world probably needs less people, frankly. Less people would solve a lot of issues, but it's generally frowned upon to talk about mass genocide of probably at least, I'd say, 70% of the human population of the planet. Would probably make it be about alright for now in terms of the resources. I'm hoping we're going to get into rockets and start exploring and then ruining Mars and Venus and then planets beyond. I think if we can do that, we'll be alright. Less people. Have you ever broken a bone? Nope, none that I've been aware of. Do you believe in miracles? I believe in miracles. I believe that really interesting coincidences can occur with somewhat seemingly miraculous outcomes. Yeah, the amount of times you as a human and myself, probably less so now for our kids because they're not allowed to do stuff. We used to do loads of dangerous things all of the time, right? Used to play with sharp things and fire and all that sort of stuff, and there's always these random things where I could have died, and if you consider that I could have died moments miracles, then wow, yeah, they definitely occur in some sense of the word. Now, where were you born? I was born in the UK. Would I care to elaborate on the detail of that? No, I was born in a hospital in the south of England. How about that? That's close enough. That's all you need to know right now. Logic or art? logic or art? I'm going to say... it's a really tricky one. You need a bit of both. But I'll say art. Although I think humans are driven by impulse and intuition and aggression and all these things. So you have to be... We're an art-based species. And logic and science is something we bolt onto that. So I'd see that logic and science are extensions of our art as humans. So there you go. Figure that one out. What is your eye colour? I'm going to look in the camera there. I'm going to say, what do you think? Some sort of brown. There you go. Some sort of brown. Have you ever fallen in love with a neighbour? Oh. And they sort of go on. Their answer is, like the 3rd grade, me and the neighbour boy confessed our love for each other at the rope swing. How kind. How kind. Nobody wants that. I love you. How kind. Have you ever? No, I haven't. I haven't fallen in love with a neighbour. Explain your political beliefs. I go with whatever I believe is right. Having to choose a permanent side or party is stupid. Now, I'd kind of like to avoid politics, but I will say this. There's probably two things here. Someone once told me that explained something to me, and it was a really good analogy, that politics and political parties are a little bit like... The country's like a juggernaut with all its issues careening down a sort of motorway, and politicians and politics are basically people at the wheel of that juggernaut trying to keep it from careening off the cliff, basically. It's just moving all over the place, and there's so many... different variables in life, different aspects, economics, war, home policy, foreign policy. It's just a nightmare. It's a nightmare. You can't control it. It is a very difficult thing. So in terms of political beliefs, I do like to I kind of say somewhere in the middle. I do like the idea of NHS and healthcare and helping people out. That's good. But at the same time, I do like the idea that if people want to earn money and be successful and generate wealth for them, for their families, and generate employment for the larger community, that's also good. Unfortunately, people seem to be quite polarized between the two, and it's very difficult. On one hand, you want stuff, people just want stuff for free, and the other hand, people just want not to pay any taxes and want to gather all the wealth. It's a very tricky thing, and I have to say I do swing between both, and I feel those forces between the two. And I think as you get older, you have more to lose, you probably become a little less socialist in your attitude, and you start to be wanting to care more about your family. It's tricky, guys. There's never a right answer for this. I just say keep away from the extreme ends, basically, of politics. What is your best physical feature? And this one actually answers, I like my mouth. I like my mouth. My best physical feature? It's a really tricky one. I don't think I have a best physical feature. I think, like most humans, I have all the usual physical angst, and I can only pick flaws in myself. So I'll have to let other people, like maybe you at home, to decide what you might think my best physical feature is, or at least the physical features I choose to share with you through the lens. You can click on my live cam channel on one of the triplexx.com sites later. Now, have you ever told someone that you love them? Well, yeah, of course. I'm nearly 40 now. If I'd managed to get this far and not sort of managed to tell anything, even an inanimate object or a pet, that I love it, I'd be doing pretty well. So yes, I have told someone I've loved them. I think this is written by a 10-year-old probably, or maybe a 5-year-old. Are you a vegetarian? No, I'm not a vegetarian because I like eating meat, but also I don't mind eating vegetarian dishes. I can survive without it. So I'd say at best I'm an omnivore. What are you wearing right now? This is like, maybe there's a sexy question list, because it's like just trying to groom somebody or something. It says a striped t-shirt and underwear. I'm in bed. I'm wearing a striped t-shirt and underwear here. Really? See? If I can't see you, you can't see me. Use your imagination. Under my clothes, I'm totally naked though. I can assure you of that. Ocean or pool? Pool. Always the fucking pool. Pardon my French. Ocean. I hate the swimming in the sea bit. Ugh. Salty. Got all the sandy grits. I mean, I kind of like the way your skin feels after swimming in the sea, all like, you know, clean and salty and a bit like, I don't know, fish wee or whatever. But yeah, pool. If I'm going to go swimming, I'm swimming in a pool. That's the only sensible place to swim. What do you do when you're bored? What do you do most when you're bored? Well, I've got two go-tos. I'm going to go to my secondary go-to right now. My secondary go-to is filming something for YouTube, right? So if I want to just kill some time, there's millions of things I can do around here. There's loads of projects, everything on the go. I'll just pick up something and go, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to do a video about it. So doing a video gives me the discipline to actually force myself to actually do an active thing in the back office. So that's my secondary one. My first one is eat. And that's a really bad one, and it's a really difficult one. If I'm really bored, I'll just go and open the fridge and just start pigging out like some sort of obsessive eating disorder arsehole. And I don't like that I do that. I would much prefer to be filming the back office, and I'm going to try to do like last year. And if I do feel bored, get out and just run. Just keep running, and then that makes you feel happy and active. But yeah, bored, eating. Ever run away from home? Yeah, I did. When I was about 17, 18, I ran away from home to go to university, and I never went back. Apart from visits and holidays and things. But yes, I left my family home at the same time that I went to uni, and I'm just really thinking that, yeah, that's it. That was it. That was the end of that experience, which is weird because this goes out with it doesn't go out with a bang. It just like a wet weekend. You just transitioned your life, and you're on your own. Well, you're other people that you're hanging around with, but you're not. You're at home most of the time. Would you be president if you could? I'm guessing this is an. I think I heard a beep. Shut up, PC. This is a very American central on president. Oh, what for? Skype. I'm going to silence my PC. Excuse me. How amateur of me. Well, yeah. Would I be prime minister? Nope. Why the fuck would I be that? Why would I be prime minister or president or any other puppety type figurehead of a country? It's just a horrible, horrible job. No matter what you do, you're never going to win. And then after you get it, you're going to spend the whole remainder of your life and your family's life under scrutiny, and you can never escape that. I'm not even sure I genuinely believe presidents and prime ministers actually affect that much change in themselves. I know recently on the sort of politics, you've got Trumps and all of these things. They certainly appear to have a lot of power and influence, some good and a lot of it bad. But no, I wouldn't want to do it. It's something it's an unwinnable scenario, frankly. You can never get, again, like I said earlier, there's too many variables in life, in humanity, in everything. There's too much going on to rein it in and get control over it. It's not a real thing. It's just a pseudo thing that makes people feel good, like they're in control. So no, I'd leave that to people who are sort of egomaniacs who are happy to sort of just sit there and do that. But yeah, I've got better things to do with my time, like make YouTube videos. Have you ever sat on a rooftop? Not that I can remember, but I'm going to say yes. Of course, I'm sure I bloody well have. Have you ever been to a concert? Yes, I have been to concerts. I think the one I really liked the most, though, is one I think my sister booked, and it was to go see Basement Jaxx in Wembley Arena, and they were really cool. I still remember that. Do you get enough exercise? Probably. I probably could get more if it keeps me away from the fridge. Do you believe in hell? No, I do not believe in an afterlife in general. Do you shower daily? This one goes generally. I may skip a day once in a while. Yeah, I shower probably twice daily, to be honest with you, or bathe at least once. I'm a fish basically, and I like to be in water the whole time. Do you own a car? Yeah, no shit. I probably own, I don't know how many at the moment, 4 or 5, and a motorbike. I have a lot of cars. Subsequently, I have a lot of broken cars too, because they keep breaking down because you can't possibly keep on the servicing on all of them. If you could change one thing about yourself, it says, if you could change one thing about yourself, it would be, colon. So that threw me a bit, the way I asked the question. This one said, being able to keep a relationship. I'm capable of getting into one and always freak out and ruining it. So if I could change one thing about myself, what would it be? I don't know. It's a tricky one because people might say, well, I'd like to be a happier person. But that's not really changing something about yourself. That's changing the way you interact with things and the way you perceive things around you, and how you interpret those things. I guess... No, I don't know. I probably could be more of a bastard and get more out of life for me. But that's not really a nice thing. So why would I want to change myself to be that way? So it's a tricky one. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I don't know what I could change about myself. I don't like that my hair is starting to thin on top, and it starts now. I can feel the sun on the crown of my head, and I might get a bald spot there. I'd like to not have that, so I don't have to put sunscreen on my head. Can I change that? I mean, I think that works out fine in terms of the context of the question. So there. What is the last thing you said to someone? It's like I'm trying to think. The last thing I said to someone, I would have said something to my wife last night, like good night, and I didn't see her in the morning because she went off to boot camp and the kids are on holiday, so they're away. So yeah, I probably said good night, as exciting as it is. Orange juice or apple juice? Probably apple juice. They're both a bit horrible when you buy them because they're full of sugar. But orange juice leaves that sticky residue in your mouth, whereas apple though is a bit tart, but that doesn't have that residue. One best friend or many good friends? It's transient, isn't it? I don't think I've got a preference for them. I think sometimes you have people in your life that you have single good friends that you really... It depends on your time and who you meet and what time you can spend with other people. So yeah, sometimes you have single people. I say single as in they're single and you're single. I mean just a time where you're spending a lot of focus and energy. And then other times you're hedging. You're doing some human hedging across a number of other ones. Yeah, I think just a mixture of that. Friendships are transient and based on circumstance. So I guess if you had a choice, many good ones is probably good. That way you've always got somebody to go and have a drink with. Would you give me $5? Well, I don't know who's asking the question, so I can't really answer it. If you're some sort of rich grifter, then no. If you're a poor person and you really need $5 and you're going to spend it on something good, then maybe, yeah. But don't ask me for $5. Not just unsolicited give me money, because that's not going to happen. Do I ever cook? Yeah, I do. I think I'm a pretty good cook, actually. I do cook a lot of rich foods, so I don't try to cook that much anymore, otherwise I'll just put on weight. So, but yeah, I do cook. Have you ever been in a movie? Been in a movie? No, I haven't been in a movie. Although, if I could have been in a movie, I probably would have been in the remake of Mad Max, because I'd been too young for the original Mad Max, but I really quite like Mad Max. So yeah. Speaking of movies, wouldn't it be cool? They should make a Space Harrier movie. Yeah, based on Sega's game, Space Harrier the movie. I'd like that. Have you ever sworn? I've sworn at least twice making this video already, so yes, I do swear. I swear all the time. Have you ever made a promise you die to keep? You die to keep. Clearly not. That's a really weird thing to say. What is your hair colour? I'm going to say brown. What's your favourite type of ice cream? I'm going to go mint choc chip. Old school 80s mint choc chip. Lipton iced tea or Nestea? They're both much of a muchness, really. I'm going to go with Nestea though because it's slightly sweeter. Gym or music? I don't really like going to the gym, and I do quite like listening to music. But I'm going to say gym, just to force you. If I really think about it, I drag myself to the gym. Do you like the band Radiohead? Don't really listen to them, so no opinion on that. What do you call those little plastic things on the ends of shoelaces? This is question 48 of 50, by the way. I don't know, shoelace dealy bops. Who knows? Are your parents still together? Yes, they are. They're just, I don't know how many years they've been together, but plenty of years. When is the last time you went to the gym? Probably about last May, when I was staying at a hotel and I wanted to keep up my running. So I had to go to the gym to use the running machines. So that's it. That was my 50 questions for Patreon. I'm going to tack that on the end. It's for Patreon. Everything's for the patrons now. But yeah, I quite liked talking about those and rambling. I don't know if you're still with me. It's almost 25 minutes in according to the camera. And probably long past me actually starting to do some actual work now. Although my video here that my PC sort of churning away is still uploading. It's 96%. It's a 4 gig video. Takes its time, doesn't it? So yeah, if you've enjoyed this, please comment down below and let me know if you think I should do another one of these at some point, or just leave it. Don't do any more of these bloody things, Andrew. It's so fucking boring. If you have any answers to any of the questions though that you think are interesting, yeah, definitely comment down below and let's talk about those. So yeah, please like, share, subscribe if you're that way inclined, and as ever, thank you for watching.